This is Meg. Meg is a border collie bitch, very bonny dog. Unfortunately, she won't really work for me, but we have a lambing guy that comes every year, and she works for him, so I think she's just a one-man dog. But anyway, while we're on the topic of tupping, I thought I'd introduce all the latest additions. These are the puppies. They're about 4 weeks old now. 5 boys and 1 girl. The little girl and the runt are my favourite, but they're just starting to come out of the shells, so stay tuned to see their progress.
How much is that the one with the waggly tail? This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
The farm I work on has a commercial flock and a nucleus flock, so I'm going to attempt to explain the nucleus flock, as many of you have been asking, why do you have multicoloured sheep? So the nucleus flock is made up of 5 families. These are named using colours, so there's the black, blue, orange, green and yellow family. Each family has an average of 50 ewes. The flock was established some years ago when my boss went out and bought 250 pure clean ewes and randomly split them into 5 groups of 50. So we class this nucleus flock as our pure flock. So our breeding policy for the nucleus flock is that we only keep lambs bred from a twin-bearing ewe and that they weren't assisted at birth. So from the scanning results we can put all the ewes that are not going to have twins into the commercial flock for lambing time. As we only have 50 ewes per family, we may then have to bring these ewes back from the commercial flock to rejoin the nucleus flock. For example, 50 ewes in the family, scanning results only show that 20 are going to have twins. At lambing time, only 20 of the lambs born are females, so in total there is now only 40 females for this family. But when lambing time comes along, all lambs are ear tagged according to their family colour unless they are desperately poor at this stage. So if they have twisted legs or just aren't right, these untagged lambs won't be tail docked either, just in case tags are lost. So at weaning time we know something was wrong with them and they can get sold in store markets. And the male lambs are not castrated, as they will be potential breeders in the future. So this is because the lambs develop a lot and change from when they're young lambs to the day I decide which tups to use. So when tupping time comes around, the tup lambs are brought in and the best 3 of each colour are chosen to be used as tup lambs on the nucleus flock. So those not chosen will be kept to use as shearlings on the commercial flock, and surplus will be sold in fat markets. I personally base tup selection on estimated breeding values, however we don't have this information. But I do know that they are all born from a twin-bearing ewe, they weren't assisted at lambing time, and I know their vet and med history. But when I look at a tup lamb to decide which are the best, I look for size and length, because I feel our ewes are getting a bit small and a bit short, and length equals money, as there's naturally more meat on a lengthy carcass than a short one. They have to be good on their feet, as they have to do a lot of leg work, so they can't be down on their pasterns or lame. As we sell most of our commercial flock lambs through store markets, I feel like it's important that the lambs are uniform. So I like a tup to have a tight fleece and be a good, clean white sheep. I look to see how he presents himself. So he needs to be proud almost, with his head up and alert, and not soft looking. He needs to think that he is God's gift to use. Also, I check their mouth and male parts as previously mentioned, and their back ends to see if they are dirty, as this could imply that they're wormy. So the tup lambs from one family do not go to the family they were born from, as the genetics would be too similar and would result in inbreeding. So there's a set cycle in place, so the black tups go to the blue family, the blue tups go to the orange family, and so on. So that rather complicated but brief explanation highlights why I have multicoloured sheep. So I can easily see which family the ewes are, check that they are in the correct fields and with the correct tups.